And joining us now is Marty Abareya. Did I get that right, Marty?
Well done, Randall.
Nice. Okay, well, our call screener helped me with that. Marty joins us. He is with Santa Cruz Bike Tours, which that, to me, that is the way to see an area. Marty, what made you think Santa Cruz would be a great spot for showing people around via bicycles?
Well, initially, a buddy of mine and I had been talking about taking people over to Europe. I personally like to go over and watch soccer matches, cycle around, and drink beer. So figured we'd find a dozen like-minded people and put them through the paces. But then I started realizing I didn't really want to become a tour operator, travel agent, having to book hotel rooms for people, airfares, and things like that. And so we had a minor epiphany that we have everything right here. We have some of the best mountain biking, some incredible road routes, and of course, just a gorgeous coastal route to take people along who really don't do a lot of cycling.
Now, Marty, if large companies, and there are plenty of them within a short radius of Santa Cruz, wanted to book a bicycling tour with you, you will do some culinary and beer tours as well, right?
We have, for our corporate and group events, we've handled over the years quite a few large groups, everything Red Bull, Seagate, North Face Company, among others. Who've brought large groups. What we did with the folks from Seagate this last year is we put together a couple of culinary bike tours where we took, we have a chef who went to the farmer's market. Took one time we were actually able to take the group out there. The other time it didn't quite work out for that. But so we like to be able to educate the people, have at the market, and then we take them out on a bike ride. They come back, and there's food being prepared for them, and we set up a little cooking demo so they could participate in it and such, and it was just a whole lot of fun. We do it at the local wineries, so we actually are sitting, right there in the wine cellar doing this. It's a real fun thing. We no longer offer it on our regular bill of fare, but we do have for the corporate tours. Yeah,
I like the sound of it. It seems like Andrea and you should start up a hot Italian in Santa Cruz, and then you could make that a regular stop on the bike tours.
Well, that would be lovely. We have here, and the one thing I will tell you that is a little more, far more commonplace. I was when I heard the name of your show, Eat, Drink, Explore. That could really be our Santa Cruz Coastal Cruise. Because I may have to go ahead and talk to you about the rights to that name later on.
Feel free to use it, but people have to listen to our show at least once in order to take part in the tour.
We'll work out a cross promotion on that, but essentially that is really what we do, and we take people out. The tour that we do the most of, probably about 2/3 of our tours are the people just want to do a little sightseeing. They most often do little to no cycling. So we set them up on as comfortable a bike as possible. We take them out at their pace. We support them. So we provide bikes, helmets, water, snacks, sunscreen, binoculars, everything they could want to do and have. And but the one thing that we do besides taking them out to the Lighthouse and Steamer Lane, Natural Bridges, Long Marine Lab, Wilder Ranch, and such, is there's the Swift Street Courtyard, which houses Kelly's French Bakery, Santa Cruz Mountain Brewing Company, and about half a dozen wineries.
You know what? The last time I was staying in Santa Cruz, I was staying at the Dream Inn there, owned by, is that Kimpton? I think that's a Kimpton hotel. Anyway, and they were recommending that we head off to that little spot.
Yeah, no, it actually is. It's it's the hub really of what we do out there on the west side. It's only about 5 blocks off the coast, and it has everything. People when they Kelly's is famous throughout Santa Cruz, and I imagine much further than that. For their baked goods, and they serve breakfast and lunch, and it's just absolutely. We've done everything over at that place. We set up. That's where we did our corporate tours. We did that at a couple of wineries there. When we did the culinary tour, we also we've done found a little niche with bachelorette tours for some reason. I had no idea, but we've done probably about a dozen bachelorette tours.
Really?
ideas.
That wouldn't be the first thing that comes to mind for me, but that's great. If that's the trend, let's hope it keeps going.
No, it's a healthy alternative there for them, and we set them up at one of the wineries where they do a little tasting, and then we serve them lunch over there at the winery and such. So that center is so convenient for us. It's a real big part of our coastal cruise.
Marty, are your tours mainly on roads that you're sharing with cars, or does Santa Cruz have a nice network of paths that you can take as well?
Well, our coastal cruise is ideal because we really spend very little time on road. In particular, no time on anything where people are going to feel intimidated because I used to be a bicycle messenger up in San Francisco, so I'm very comfortable around traffic. People who haven't gotten on a bicycle can be a little bit intimidated by a big hunk of metal going by at 35 miles an hour. So, we have on the coastal cruise, we have that West Cliff, we've got the multi-use path. We take them out there. We also have then, as we head out to Wilder Ranch, there's also a two-way bike path that goes from, I forgot the name of this, Schaefer Street, all the way out to Wilder Ranch. And then once we're out at Wilder Ranch, we are basically off-road. We're on the coastal paths and such. So we spend most of our time away from traffic.
Oh, that's good to hear. I fully understand the whole bicycle messaging thing in San Francisco. I used to commute to work by bicycle in San Francisco, and I would battle the cars on Columbus and many of the busier streets there. So hats off to you that you're all in one piece.
Well, I did feel a little guilty when you guys were talking about, or when you were mentioning the cyclists who sometimes bend the law a little bit. I have to admit, as a bike messenger back in 1985, there was, in the interest of speed, once in a while.
I think even drivers drivers break the rules too, and so everyone can kind of admit to doing it here and there. But
it goes both ways.
But it goes both ways. It's when it's blatant, I think, on a regular basis is that what irritates us all. But we are speaking with Mallory Jenkins with Slow Rideshare. That's located in downtown San Luis Obispo, but it's a countywide thing. Rideshare.org. Andrea Lepore, she's with Hot Italian Restaurants in Sacramento and Emeryville, a very bicycle-friendly chain. And then Marty Abarella, he runs Santa Cruz bike tours that really give you the flavor of the area. And all three of you, basically, would you say exploring a neighborhood, whether it is the restaurants there in Sacramento or Emeryville, or just giving people the flavor of Santa Cruz, or exploring San Luis Obispo, Mallory, wouldn't you say that when you get out of the car and on a bike, you really start to feel the neighborhoods?
Oh, totally. You know what? It's so much better. I've had a bad habit of just randomly moving like once a year for the last.
Well, you've been here for a while because we've known you for a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, but randomly, just I decide that I need a different house or something, whatever. So anyway, but yeah, you go to look for things, and you definitely get a lot better feel for the neighborhood and all that, and you see so much more that you wouldn't see if you're just in the car.
It's true. I used to anchor the news in Madison, Wisconsin, and when I first went for the job interview out there, I was flown out. Never been to the Midwest in my life. Never been to Madison, which, by the way, ranks consistently in the top 5 of biking cities in the United States, and. After I was offered the job, we went to dinner, all that sort of thing with the news director. I was scheduled to fly out the next day, and I asked him, can I change my flight to a couple of days from now, and can you recommend a place where I can rent a bicycle? I want to ride around the city to make sure this is where I want to spend. I had to sign a 3-year contract, so I'm like, I want to make sure I want to be able to spend 3 years here. He goes, you are not going to be disappointed when it comes to Madison and cycling. Yes, we will put you up for a couple of more nights. And that's what I did. I rode around the city, and that really gave me the flavor of Madison. And had it not been for the winters there, I might still be there.
Definitely. You just put studs in your tires, then it's fine,
Right, exactly. Andrea, do you get a lot of tourists that pop into your locations, or is it mainly locals?
We get a little bit of both, honestly. And what's interesting, too, is we get, locals that bring their family and friends from out of town. It's like one of the places to show them, that Sacramento and Emeryville are actually cool.
Right.
It's interesting to, So, like last night we screened a bike short film that we helped produce about 8 guys that rode their single speed bikes from Portland down to San Francisco called No Coast, because as you know, you can't, on a single speed bike, you can't ever stop pedaling. There's no coasting.
Oh,
So,
right.
Yeah, so
I've never been on a
great
single
to know.
speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a tough ride. So
That's a
we
tough ride
stayed
even-
out last night.
No matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
So you can do films there. You have like a wall you show them on?
Yes, yep, in both locations. So next Friday in Emeryville, we're screening it again, and there's a couple bike shops that are doing some bike rides. Manifesto in Oakland and Wrench Science in Berkeley are doing rides from their locations to the film. So
What a great idea. Are there any sort of film nights or anything, Mallory, as part of Rideshare for the month of May?
You know, we just actually, just this last Friday, we had the Bikin' movie over at the Mission over here. And
one of the few remaining drive-in movie theaters in California.
Totally. Bikin', the Bicycle Coalition had a bike valet there, and it was all set up. They did a great job. It was a lot of fun. So
Right. So, Marty, what about as far as going and seeing live performances or movies? Do those ever get incorporated into your rides?
Live performances and such, no. Not what we do is basically take people to the spots to see, and oftentimes we like to take them to different places to eat and such based on interest they might have gone ahead and indicated.
Right. Well, I want to thank all three of you for discussing cycling with us today here on Eat, Drink, Explore Radio. I love it so much. I want to share the passion, and I thought, well, I'm going to find three people that are passionate about it, and so I think we did a good job finding the three. That's for sure. Mallory Jenkins makes it her job at Slow Rideshare to get people on bikes, especially this month. Andrea Lepore with Hot Italian Restaurants in Sacramento and Emeryville. If you're visiting or live in those areas, give them a try. And Marty Abareya, next time you visit Santa Cruz, or if you live in the city of Santa Cruz and just want to explore your city through a different set of eyes, give it a shot. It's SantacruzBikeTours.com. Thanks, you guys.